Hey guys, Doza here. I just want to do a quick video on wallets and how they work with the blockchain. I think a lot of people, even those that have been around the crypto space for a while, they don't really understand how things interconnect, and I think it's very, very important, as you're navigating the crypto landscape, that you do understand how everything works together. So first things first, there's two main parts of a wallet. You have your public key and your private key. Your public key, you can think of it like your account number on a check. At least that's how they work in the US. You have a check number, and that directly links to your account. So when I give somebody a check, the bank knows where to pull that money from, and at the same time, anybody who has a check of mine, they know how to send money to my account. Um, your private key, however, is something that it's very important to know who owns the private key, and when you own the private key, to remember what your seed phrase is. Your private key is your actual kind of digital signature to your wallet, stating that you actually own the wallet. Um, and anytime you open a new MetaMask account, use something like Ledger or Trezor or whatever the case may be, you need to take very seriously the fact of writing your seed phrase down, keeping it safe somehow, and then never ever sharing that seed phrase with anybody. Uh, if anybody from any Telegram group or Discord groups ask you for the seed phrase, that should be a huge red flag. Now, a few other things with wallet. There's a hot wallet. You might hear hot wallet versus cold wallet. A hot wallet is connected to the internet, so that's going to be a desktop wallet or a software type wallet or something like that. Whereas a cold wallet is not connected to the internet, usually a hardware wallet like a Trezor or a Ledger. And then you'll have custodial versus non-custodial, which is who's basically in charge of the private keys. You will always want to be in charge of your private key. Whoever owns a private key owns the crypto. So on the left, I guess that's kind of a bad interpretation, but that's kind of like the exchanges. So if you have your money on KuCoin or Binance or something like that, and you're not actively trading it, they own your private key. If they get hacked, the hackers can drain all of your funds. So you always want to know who has access to the private key, because again, that's the digital signature for the funds in the wallet. As far as types of wallet, again, for hardware, you have Trezor and Ledger. That's an actual physical device. For software, you have web. So in this case, I just put MetaMask and Binance as the exchange. There's desktop wallets. So Terra Luna, I think is what it's called, is a popular one for the Luna ecosystem. And then you have mobile wallets, such as Trust Wallet. There's a third one, which is paper wallets, and those are like the QR codes and whatnot, but those aren't really used anymore, so just kind of skipping that one. And on top of that, you have passwords. Now, a password only locks down the instance on that device. So, for example, if you have a password on your MetaMask, then that is just locking the use of MetaMask on that device. It is not preventing anybody from taking your funds. So, for example, if you have MetaMask and you have a password on it, and that password is activated, however, I find your seed phrase somehow, I can load your seed phrase into my own MetaMask or other wallet and have immediate access to your funds. So the password is just a little extra added layer of security on top of whatever you're using, whether it's a Trezor, Ledger, any of the mobile or any software wallet. They are very important, but they don't completely lock down your crypto funds. So keeping all of that in mind, there's a few scenarios that I hear about in the different groups and people not knowing what to do with it. So, one scenario is an exchange is hacked. Well, if you have your money on that exchange, you do not own the private key, and it's possible that your funds will be drained, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Someone steals your computer. Now, again, it depends. Did you leave your MetaMask open or is it locked? If it's open, they would have to, or if it's open, they can do whatever they want. If it's locked, they would have to know the password. So, probably a good idea to create a new MetaMask wallet or whatever the case may be, and transfer your coins to the new, or your tokens to the new wallet, just in case they can figure out that password. If a new token showing up, that's actually really more for a different part of the video, so just forget that. Again, forgot your MetaMask password. It's okay, not all is lost. Again, that's just a layer on top of that instance. So as long as you have your seed phrase, you can delete that instance, re-import your wallet to MetaMask using your seed phrase, which is those 12 words, and then put a new password. So how do they work with the blockchain? So I like to use a glass bank analogy. And you imagine that all of the chains are their own bank. So let's say we have the bank of Ether and the Bitcoin bank. Within that bank, you have safe deposit boxes. We're going to pretend that those are the smart contracts. So that could be an NFT smart contract. It could be, a layer 2 smart contract. It can be whatever the case may be. Let's say you have an employee who is, the miner. They do the work. And then the security cameras, because it's a glass bank, can see everything. And they can see into the bank. They can see into the smart contracts. So that's kind of like your wallet. Your wallet is really your portal or your user interface to the blockchain. So what all of this means is that your balance of Ether or Bitcoin or whatever it may be in your wallet is not actually stored in your wallet. It's stored in that smart contract. And in the smart contract, all it's doing is when people are buying and selling and things like that, it's just allocating to your address the appropriate amount of that token. So if you go and buy an NFT, the NFT is not necessarily in your wallet. The NFT is in the smart contract, and the address has been changed to your address for proof of ownership. Actually, I think I have, Scenarios. So that kind of went over that one. And then why does gas cost more sometimes? So every time that you want to write information to the bank, that employee or a miner has to go and interact with the smart contract. Sorry, they're going over there. Interact with the smart contract, and whether it goes through or it fails, you have to pay that employee for his time. So that's why failed transactions still cost money, because that employee still had to go over there, interact with the contract, have whatever end result happened, and then come back. Now, why does gas cost more sometimes? Well, let's say that you have 10 people who want to interact with the blockchain at the same time. Every time you're paying that employee, just think of it as more like a tip. And so I might tip him $20, and the next person in line, they want to tip him $50. So, just human nature, that employee is going to go, okay, well, I'm going to get more to get this guy's job done first. So he'll go do that, transaction for $50, come back, see what's in the queue. Oh, there's another one for, let's say somebody else outbid me for $100. Take that, come back, and so on and so forth. And so there's a bunch of different miners doing this at the same time, but that's why, especially with ETH, the network gets congested because, and prices get expensive, especially during like an NFT drop, is because there's just more congestion and more people trying to interact with that blockchain. And so whoever's willing to pay more is going to win. And again, all of your data is stored there in the smart contract. Or sorry, all of the data, not your data. And just to kind of hit this, push this point a little bit further home. So a popular NFT is the OniForce NFTs. So I can go in here into OniForce, and this is their token, and I can look at holders. Actually, let me look at the contract. So I can look at the contract, I can read the contract, I can look at the transactions. Let's look at this transaction. Actually, that's not a good example. Let's see, transfer. So this transaction, there was a transfer of this NFT from this address to this address, right? And whenever you look at the actual token tracker, you can see here on the holders, okay, this address holds 83, this address holds 76, and so on. So all of the addresses of the holders are held in the smart contract itself. So not only that, I created this sheet really quick to show you, like a wallet, again, it doesn't hold any kind of funds. The wallet simply is there to look into the banks and see which banks have your data or tokens associated with your account. So if I go into here and I get this guy's address, for example, I can go and I can see how much cryptocurrency he has. So he has 5 Ether. So let me put this in here. And basically this is just pulling from different endpoints of kind of balance endpoints, crypto balance endpoints, to see what the balances are. And I can add other tokens here, but so you can see I don't have this guy's wallet. I don't have his private key. I can't do anything with this information. It's just to know it exists. But I can see, his balance from here. So hopefully that helps kind of clear some things up. If not, let me know so I can make a better video. Thanks.